Hi everyone, I hope you all safe and healthy with your family and friends. In this video, we are going to learn about 11th Standard Accountancy, Chapter 5, Trial Balance, Exercise Sum Number 7. From the following balances, prepare the balances of a Bhaskar as on 31st March 2017. Transfer the differences, if any, to suspense account. Okay. So before we are going to prepare the trial balance, we need to prepare the title of the trial balance and the format of the trial balance. So the title of the trial balance is in the books of Bhaskar trial balance as on 31/3/2017. The format of the trial balance you know very well, that is serial number, name of account, LF, debit and debit balance rupees and credit balance rupees. Let me see the information given here. Opening stock 40,000 rupees. Opening stocks comes under asset account. So asset account will be debited. So opening stock 40,000 rupees is entered on debit balance. Then capital rupees 90,000. Capital always credit balance or credited. Okay. So capital 90,000 is entered on credit balance. Then sales rupees 1,77,200. Sales is an income of the business or revenue of the business. Whenever revenue increases, you credit the revenue account. Here sales account will be credited. So sales rupees 1,77,000 is entered on credit balance. Then salaries rupees 12,000. Salaries, paid salary is an expenses. Whenever expenses increases, we debited the expenses account. So salaries rupees 12,000 is entered on debit balance. Then bills payable rupees 9,450. Bills payable is the liability. Liability will be credited. So bills payable rupees 9,450 is entered on credit balance. Then telephone charges 2,350. Telephone charges, all charges and expenses comes under expenses account. Expenses account will be debited. So telephone charges 2,350 is entered on debit balance. Then creditors 16,000 rupees. Creditors will be credited. So creditors rupees 16,000 is entered on credit balance. Then purchases rupees 85,000. Purchases is an expenses. All expenses to be debited. So purchases rupees 85,000 is entered on debit balance. Then carriage inward 16,500. Carriage inward is the revenue. Whenever revenue increases, we credited the revenue account. So carriage inward rupees 16,500 is entered on credit balance. Then bills receivable to 20,000. Bills receivable is an asset account. So asset account will be debited. So bills receivable 20,000 is entered on debit balance. Then commission received 5,550. Commission received is comes under revenue account. Whenever revenue account increases, we credited the revenue account. So commission received is entered 5,550 is entered on credit balance. Then cash at bank rupees 17,000. Cash in hand, cash at bank, both are comes under asset account. Whenever asset account increases, we debited the asset account. So cash at bank rupees 70,000 is entered on debit balance. Then furniture rupees 19,000. Furniture is an asset account. Whenever asset account increases, we debited the asset account. So asset account furniture 19,000 rupees increased, we debited the asset account. So furniture 19,000 rupees is entered on debit balance. Then plant and machinery also goes to asset account, debited 55,800. So plant and machinery 55,800 will be entered on debit balance. Then repairs 550. Repairs comes under expenses account. Whenever all expenses will be debited. So repairs 550 is entered on debit balance. Then last account is debtors 25,000. Debtors is an asset. All the assets are debited. Whenever asset account increases, we debited the asset account. So debtors 25,000 is entered on debit balance. So we prepared the given information into trial balance. Now what we do? We are going to calculate on both the side. So which side is bigger? Here we need the suspenses account. What is meant by suspense account? Suspense account is nothing but if the trial balance does not tally, the differences between the debit and credit columns should be taken to a temporary account called suspense account. For example, if the trial balance shows lesser debit total, the suspense account will be debited. Similarly, if the trial balance shows lesser credit total, suspense account will be credited. So here exercise sum number 7 has lesser on debit total. So the suspense account will be debited. How much rupees shortages on debit balance? 5,000 rupees shortages on debit balance. So we tally the 5,000 rupees on debit balance. So when we tally both debit balance and credit balance shows the same total. How much rupees? 2,98,200 debit balance has and credit balance has the total of 2,98,200. Do you have any doubt? Please comment it on the comment box. Thank you. Take care.